guys, I am Molly West, the Sensible Stitcher, and I am back for a quick stitching update. This floss tube is going to be spliced together. I spent a week away from the house, and so I recorded what I worked on, and then I left my materials there, and I didn't even bring them back with me. The problem with the recording that I made at the old cabin is that it's not horizontal. I recorded it vertically. I'm gonna figure out if I can squeeze it in regardless, because I got a lot of work done that week and I want to be able to show you guys. Oh, let me insert my giveaway winner here. The prize was Barbara Anna Designs Portuguese bird sampler, and the winner was Giselle Eloy. Giselle, go ahead and let me know what your mailing address is, and I will send that out to you. Thanks. But I thought I'd go ahead and get started with some new starts. I have two new starts. The first one is from this book. This is a hard to find book, so I apologize. I do this to you all a lot. I stitch things that are old, that have been sitting around for a long time, but that I've been in love with and just haven't pulled them out yet. And the piece that I am stitching is this one with the black, gray, and white butterflies, the monochromatic butterflies. I think that they are so cool, and I think they look a lot like my home. So kind of modern and fresh. And I started with the small middle butterfly just to get my bearings on my banding. This is 27 count banding from 1-2-3 Stitch, and I've had this kitted up for a long time. The remarkable thing about these little butterflies is that they call for two floss colors, both DMC. So there's one. Here's the size of the banding. And I love it because it felt like a little finish, and I was able to stitch it in a day. And so that was really gratifying. I never stitched small things, so for me that was just wonderful. So fun, so gratifying, loved it. So that was one of my new starts. The second new start, I found a chart at my LNS, and I live in Fort Worth, Texas, so my local needlework shop is the Stitch Niche in Arlington. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll stop doing that. And I found this chart, Polly by the Traveling Stitcher. And I had never seen it before. It's a bird. There's the beak and the head, and it's facing back this way. There is negative space inside the bird's body, so it was important that I left it on a more neutral fabric. And I'm not positive what this fabric is. It looks like maybe, I know it's 36 count, and I'm stitching with the called for DMC, and I'm stitching 2/2. I want to really be able to see my bird, and I think this might be platinum, just platinum by Zweigart, because it's pretty loose weaves. And all I've started so far is the bird's beak, but it's a really, really fun stitch. There are not that many colors. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 colors. And I don't know that I had seen this chart before, and I hate to say it, but I'm not even sure that I was familiar with the Traveling Stitcher, but it's called Polly by the Traveling Stitcher. And it was published in 2015. I bought it just a couple weeks ago at my L&S. And so that's kind of a fun start. Teeny tiny, but new. Those first few, it always takes me so much longer to get started. I, make sure that my fabric is right, and then I orient myself, and I feel like by the time that my stitching time is over with, I put in like 100 stitches. It's pretty underwhelming, but that's okay. Next time, I'm sure I'll go gangbusters. This I did not go gangbusters on. That's okay. Jen from Jen's Stitchy Niche just finished this, and her finish is gorgeous. I pulled this out for Jolly July, and I've been working on this for a long time. And right now I am putting in this little motif. And I will probably, I'm almost done with that little motif. It's right there. Let me hold it up. This is a piece of 36 count that I coffee and tea dyed myself. So I guess I'm about a fourth of the way finished with this. Maybe less, that's okay. But I'm really enjoying it. It's by Praiseworthy Stitches, and it's called Simple Gifts Christmas. And like I said, Jen from Jen's Stitchy Niche, she just finished hers and showed it on her last Flosstube, and it was so beautiful. So I put a few more stitches into this beautiful piece. It's Birds of a Feather. This is the name. I call it Summer. And I didn't put just a ton in here, but I did pull it out, and I will probably stitch on it a bit more. I'm still working. The thing that I worked on this time was the bird. This is the bird. It's kind of an abstract, so it's harder to tell, but I worked on the bird a little bit more this month. And she's looking great. She's, she's a long-term project. These are huge. So just bit by bit. And I am stitching her on 28 count bright white. It's a Weigart. It is Lugana, my favorite thing to stitch on. And I also stitched on Brigid Power by GGR. I give this 2 weekends each month, and I give my Long Dog Sampler 2 weekends each month, and I'm halfway through the month, and I've only worked on this one so far, so I need to put a lot of work into my Long Dog Sampler, and I will show that next time. But here's where I am, and I did get a page finish. I have completed 7 of the 20 pages, and I worked in the basket. I have completed the top to about here. This most recent time, I started right where the basket is and worked my way left. This was the page that I worked on. And it was a few stitches short of full coverage. It was a doozy. Normally I give myself 4 days, like I said, to stitch on this. This one took like 6 or 7. This was a no joke month. So I showed myself a lot of grace on some of the other projects where I just got, maybe 100 or 200 stitches in. That's okay, because this one definitely made up for it. I am stitching this on a Picture This Plus 28 count Lugana. It's called Moon Glow. It is my favorite fabric. And as you can see, I stitched this here it is in its in its entirety of what I've stitched so far. And you can see this is the page that I stitched this most recent time, starting at this half. So it was a lot of stitching. Even the tips of these flowers are white. show up so much better. That happens though, where they show up so well in real life and kind of don't come through on the camera. And it's beautiful. It is 20 pages long, and when I finish page 8 next month, I will be 1/3 of the way. Let's see, 8 of 20. No, I'll be more than. Anyways, I'll be finished with 8 of the 20 pages. Oh gosh, what is that? 2/5? I'm gonna watch this back and be completely humiliated by my math skills. That's okay. So anyways, this one's moving right along. My daughter did mention to me, she's 12, and she did mention to me that at a rate of 1 page per month, I will be finished when she is 14. That's sobering. That is a sobering comment, but that is okay. I am pretty sure that several of my projects, she will be, you know, in her 30s by the time I'm done. I've got one long dog sampler in particular that I can think of that, whoo-wee, that one's a long, long ways off. So anyways, this one is super fun. I still enjoy it every single time that I pull it out. So that was really, really fun. And then my travel piece right now is a modern folk embroidery. Sorry. And it is Ave Maria. This is what it will look like. And I am currently working on this face. I've stitched in the arms, and I just filled in bits of the face this past week. And let's see here. I am stitching this on 32 count cobblestone by Zweigart. And I am using 1 strand over 2, but I'm using sulky floss. And it's either ecru or dark ecru. And I'm loving this. I think it's really, really beautiful. And it's perfect for in the car. I can see it with just my readers, and the light through the window seems to be plenty. So Ave Marie by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I think I have 3 of his projects on the go right now. Oh, that reminds me, I am planning to do I believe that last year I did a whip parade in the month of August, and I think that this year I will either get it done in August, or I might wait until September when things have calmed down a little bit with my kids in school. So I will have a whip parade coming in the next couple of months. I never have done one at the beginning or end of the year. I've always, I don't know, I guess the school year marks the beginning for me. So that will be in an upcoming video. And then today is Monday, and so I've been stitching on Mirabilia Monday. I have been working on Princess Elena, and I am starting kind of in the middle and working this way towards her face. I haven't stitched in her leg, but I'm getting really close to that. This time I stitched in the lavender that's right in through here. I stitched in this brown, and then I stitched in the green. And I worked on it, I don't know what it was, last Monday. I was just on fire. I mean, I powered through so much of this. And so I'm stitching on it again today. I stitched in all of the lavender this morning before I recorded while I was having my coffee. So we'll see how much more I get done for next time. Hi friends, I am on the back patio of our little cabin, and I am going to show you what I've worked on since I have been here for this last week. And I will splice this somehow into my other video. Let's see, I didn't even touch that one. The first thing that I worked on was for Jolly July, and I got this idea from Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch, and her son gave her the gold collection ornaments. I followed suit, and I started with the ornament that looks, let's see if there's a way to pull this out. I've started with this ornament right here, and I gave this, it was a busy couple of days, but I got several hundred stitches in there, just in the top of this guy, and this is the little, where the bell hangs above the chapel. So anyways, I got a good little start on that. And it is on 18 count Aida. I used kit everything for that. And it was really, really fun. I've enjoyed that. The next thing that I worked on was, let's see if I worked on this. This is a sad little start, but I worked on the Snow Queen. I'm leaving the projects that I'm working on, I'm just gonna leave here so that I can work on them each time that I come. And I started in the middle on this piece, and this was an extremely busy day. I think this was the day that we had lots of people coming to and from it was just a busy day. Anyways, this was all I got done, but I did stick with the Mirabilia Monday, so that makes it really nice that at least I kept on track, even if it was just a couple of stitches. And the Snow Queen, is that what she's called? Let me double check her. She is on 32 count platinum, and I don't even have it on here. I'm using everything called for. I'm not doing any conversions. Yes, she's called the Snow Queen, and I first saw this while watching Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, Julie stitching it, and her finish was amazing. She used it as her snow project, and since it snows about once every 3 or 4 years in Fort Worth, I thought that it would be a good project to keep here instead. And let's see what else I worked on. Oh, I had a page finish on my Forest of Sumatra. Whoop, that's not very helpful. So I started this about 1.5 years ago, and I'm just now finishing page 1, and that's okay. I was kind of right up in this area, and I would say I had about maybe 1/4 of the first page left, and I got it knocked out. So that is really exciting. So this is where it is now, and it's 1/1 on 28 count. Tea-dyed, coffee and tea-dyed, or maybe just tea-dyed Monaco. It is from a big box store, and for the color, I am using Weeks Dye Works colors, and yay for a page finish. That's awesome. I was super happy with that. And then I didn't start that one. Oh, I brought and kitted, sorry, I keep leaning away. I brought and kitted inspiration from Rosewood Manor, Karen Kubla, and I have it here, but this was a pretty quick turnaround trip, and I just didn't have the time that I wanted to really put in like 3 good starter days. But I think I'm gonna leave that project here. A nice big one. I think having big projects here is gonna be really fun. Then for my small to me project, I brought Carriage House Samplings Nature's Peace. And this is a new start, and it is so beautiful. I love it. I used a piece of Vertil, which is a 40 count even weave that's super soft. It reminds me a lot of Lugana, and I have seen Vertil on I've seen it on Garon Stitchery's website, I've seen it on the Kitten Stitcher website, and I have seen it on traditional stitches out of Canada, and I've ordered from them a couple pieces. And I coffee dye it. It comes in white, so I just coffee dyed mine, and you can see kind of where I am. This, I put in a couple of stitches in a green, but the green that I picked has too much yellow and it's too close to the color of the coffee. And so I am going to rip those couple of, there are not very many stitches, so I'll just pull those out and find a green that has more of a contrast. I like the look of the soft colors I'm picking for the greens, but I'll find something with less yellow in it, maybe a little bit of a cooler color, a cooler green than a warmer green. And those are my three, those are the projects I worked on while I was here. A couple new starts, 2 new starts, and a couple whips. And then I have one thing back from the framers, and then I got some haul. So back from the framers is Forget Me Not. And I actually no longer have this chart. My, I had, someone won this, and so I have mailed it off to them, and all of my mail should be arriving. If you're one of my winners, it should be arriving tomorrow according to the Postal Service. And I wanted to say thank you all so much for being patient with me on getting things out. Making it to the post office for everyone can be tricky, but it has been particularly tricky as of late. Maybe when school starts back, it'll be a little bit easier. This is Forget Me Not by Blackbird Designs, and I framed it in a blue. It is on a 36 count mocha, and I've had it finished for a while. And this will go in my sewing room next to my sewing machine because I put in my grandmother's initials and her date of birth, 1921. And her initials are in a darker color. So that's done. And I just had this done at Michael's, and I did it without the glass. I've never done that before. I always get glass, but I think that I can keep this clean since it will literally be above my sewing machine. And then I had some big haul. Back in early spring, as a birthday gift, I got a chatelaine, and I got it fully kitted. And it is the Alpine Seasons Garden. It's so beautiful. And they had a hold up with some of their threads. So this is chatelaine, and I got it through European Cross Stitch Company. This is what it will look like when it's finished. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I stink at Instagram, but I will say that I have gone and looked at tons of this finished piece on Instagram, and I think I maybe have seen this, and I could be wrong. It could be something different, similar but different. I thought I saw this hanging on Brenda Handwork Maniac. I thought I had seen this one or something very similar to it on her channel, and it came beautifully packaged. Fabric, all of my beads, all of my flosses. There are just so many beautiful flosses. So I received that this week, and I have been so excited to get it. I will say that if you order from European Cross Stitch Company, my advice would be to get real patient and be really comfortable with the idea that it will take them a while to source everything needed. This was a huge gift. These are not inexpensive, and I'm very, very thankful to have received it. I don't, this is my most expensive cross stitch splurge ever. So, and everyone knew and kind of helped chip in for me to be able to do this. So I'm very, very excited. Yay. And it came in and it's beautifully packaged. So if you do order from European Cross Stitch Company, just know that it could be, 4 months or however long. And I did send an email just kind of following up on my order, and they were so sweet about it. There was one silk that they were having a hard time sourcing, and that was the holdup on this. But I have it now, and I'm excited to figure out a start day for that. That's going to be really, really fun. It's a big project, but that's how I roll. I love those big projects. Also, my giveaway for this week, it's the Snow Queen. Just use the word snow in the comment below, and I will get it sent out to you. She's a beauty. She's also pretty big, friends. This one will keep you entertained for a long time to come. She's 294 by 243. So depending on what you're accustomed to, that might be kind of a big one. All right, guys, that's kind of all I have to show for today. I hope everybody had a great couple of weeks, and I will be back at the end of July, and hopefully I will get a few more Christmas and July projects kind of worked on. I haven't finished anything in a long time. That's okay. All right, have a great week, guys. Bye.